Alright guys, good morning and welcome once again. In today's video, I want to welcome us and show us how to make men kimono jackets. Now here on the board, I have the areas of measurements. Number 1, the shoulder. 2, the chest. 3, the jacket. 4, the hips. And as well, we also have types of this kimono, and there are 2 types in particular. 1, the reversible, meaning the one you can wear both the inside and the outside, and 2, the regular, which I think most people work on. So now, when you have seen the areas of measurement, the measurements remain the same. There's nothing different from the regular measurement. Now, bear in mind that it's kind of going to be a free and a sleeveless outfit. So when you get your real measurement, I will tell you how to manipulate and then add on the chest region and then reduce on the shoulder region for you to have a perfect kimono outfit. Now, everything already applied to men's clothing is also applicable to this point. So let's go down to the table and show us how to cut and draft it. Alright, so now we have our fabric on fold. Now bear in mind that, like I told us, there are 2 types of this kimono, both for the reversible and for the regular ones. And they still on that, they still have different types as well. The one that has the neck inclusive and the one that ends at the shoulder, at the neck edge of your outfit. So I'm going to draft the regular one that has the neck inclusive, and then from there I can now show you guys how to remove or how to cut out for the one that doesn't get to the neck point. So now bear in mind that in as much as it will have the neck inclusive, it's advisable to have an opening from the center. So normally what I remove is 1 inch from the regular measurements I have. You can start to remove 2 or 2.5 depending on your choice. So if I'm going to make the one that has the neckline inclusive on the jacket, I will reduce 1 inch from the total measurement I have. That I'll push out 1 inch here. So first and foremost, you come down to the down part and mark your regular folding inch of 2 inches or 2.5 depending on how much extent you want to turn it off inwards. So I'm marking 2.5 here. You can use 2 if you so want. Then after that, you draw your line here. So let's assume that our jacket length usually is a bit before the knee. That's from your shoulder point and stop somewhere the knee region. Some persons like it to go toward the calf area. So I have it to be at length 42 for my shoulder to knee point, 42. You mark 42 here. Now you extend your line this way. Now this way. Now since we are going to do the one that has both the neck inclusive, I will just push out 1 inch here. Now my regular shoulder for this customer is 18, that's 9 inches. Then because of I'm making a kimono jacket, I am not going to, it's not allowed to use the total shoulder of what you have. It's advisable that let the shoulder go inwards a bit. So normally I minus 2 inches or 1.5 from the regular shoulder. So since the shoulder is 18 on a regular, I can mark at 8, 16. So that by the end of the day, you have your shoulder to be 1 inch or 1.5 inch inwards. It helps you to give you that balancing effect. It won't give you that puffy effect at the shoulder tip. So I'm marking 8 inches here. You can set to mark 8.5 or 7.5 depending on how inwards you want it to be. Now the armhole formula is still applied. You are going to make use of the long sleeve armhole, which states that chest over 4 minus 1. But then for this kimono, I like making the armhole to be a bit fitted more than the short sleeve, meaning I now minus extra 2 from the chest over 4 whatever I had. So the chest I have here is 43. 43 over 4 is 10.75. when minus 2 you have 8.75. So I will just go ahead and mark at 9 for my armhole, right? Then for the armhole line, I'll extend the line this way. As well, you have the hip points. Now the shoulder to hip is also measured, or you can use the half length, the middle point of your jacket length as a hip point. So for my shoulder to hip, I can use that point 26 or 25. This is 25 for my shoulder to hip. It's best measured actually. You can measure on your customer waist to hip, shoulder to hip rather. You have this line this way. So right here, you have your shoulder line armhole line, that's the chest line, the hip line, and the hem line. You must have these lines all applied, right? So don't forget that we minus 2 inches from the 1 inch rather from the total measurement, and as well minus another 1 inch again from the real shoulder. That's for the shoulder only. Now my regular chest I have is 43 for regular customer fitted outfit, but I will make here to be 44 or 46. That's if I have 44 here, it's 11. I'll push out 1 inch here, right? 1 inch here, and mark 11. This 1 inch is for the opening effect at the center of your jacket. Mark 11 here. Then, because we are going to do English sewing, that's a total ceiling, I'll add extra 1 inch on the outfit, or 1.5. Let's do 1.5. My outfit. Then, my regular hips I have here is 46. I'll use 48 to mark that extra 2 inches. Push up 1 inch as well. All the 1 inch must be pushed out on this edge. So I have mark at 12, that 48 hip now. Extra 1.5 or 1 depending on what you want to add. Then you now connect this line, the shoulder line, to the real chest line this way. Now if you notice, in most cases you have issues whereby the armhole is not lapping on the outfit of your customer. So normally what I normally do is in order not to have that issue, I bring down the line on the shoulder to the armhole straight up this way. I take it down to come down straight up this way. Then with the help of my armhole curve, I lap it on the armhole line and then connect it to the shoulder point this way. Then this line I did now will help me to remove excess rumples or that puff effect that you see that comes out on your armhole area. Then come down by 1 inch. 1 inch is the maximum inch you are going to slant your shoulder with, right? Then take it out uprightly to the edge of the fabric this way. Then the regular neck I have, the formula of the neck already, neck over 6 minus 0.3, but then for this one now, since we have a neck of 17 or 16 thereabout, by 6 is 2.66. Then don't forget that we minus or you remove 1 inch as well. That 1 inch must be removed. It will help you to have that opening at the center of your jacket. But then if you want the two ends to meet, you can as well include the whole 1 inch on all these your markings. But I like mine to have an opening at the center, as long as the neckline is included on the jacket marking. So push out 1 inch as well, and then mark 2.6 somewhere here. You can just mark at 3 inches here. Then add half to this to get the that 3.5, right? That's the regular neckline you have to get the depth. Then connect the neckline this way and connect this way. Now with the help of your armhole curve as well, you connect with a curve this way, right? Then you now use your freehand sketch, or if you have your pattern master or your hip curve, you can still use it to connect in this form. Connect in this form. Then of course the down area should go straight on, freehand connection. So this is the front block of your men's kimono jacket. Now this is the pattern for the front block. Then if we are to remove the neckline totally, that's if this kimono was meant to end at the edge of the neck, what you just have to do is whatever your neck measurement is, if your neck is 2.5 or 2.3, is what you're going to push off 2.3 and mark the rest of your measurements. By so doing, you are not making this kimono shoulder area to end at the neck region. But then I think I will still get paper and give a paper illustration of that, of this same measurement. So this is the front block. So I will cut now and then show you how to cut the back. So I'm cutting from the lines I have marked, as you can see, right? So the reason I'm showing you so that you know exactly what I'm doing, so that you will not have confusion while cutting yours. So now, after I have cut the front block, the next thing you will do is cutting the back aspect of your outfit. So we are done with the front now. So this is how the front looks like. So we will now cut the back and show you how it's being cut. Alright, so now I want to cut the back. So you also fold the back the same way you folded the front, but then this edge will be on fold, right? Then you place it this way. Then make sure the 1 inch you removed from the front panel will be replaced at this point now. That 1 inch you removed, that's if you remove 1 inch. But if you know you remove 2.5, you replace 2.5 here. So whatever inch you remove from the front, make sure you place it back to the back. So I decided to remove 1 inch because I wanted to have a simple opening, a small opening at the front. You can make yours to be wider, 2.5 thereabout, but the maximum inch you remove is your neckline width towards measurement. Then you now extend the line of the shoulder in the same direction as well. Now the back neck, 1 inch or 1.5. I normally use 1 inch for the back neck. Then you connect in this form, right? Make sure this is 1 inch that you are replacing, 1 inch all through. 1 inch all through, replace it all through, then record. Then now you have record. Then you now decide if you are going to make a reversible kimono. You have to cut or bring another material that is exact of nice quality, right? You don't use lining in making a reversible one. You have to use another material that is still wearable at the outside for the inside sewing. So I will show you as well if we are going to make that. I think I'm going to do the regular one, then subsequently I must still show you the reversible one if time permits. So now this is the back panel that I have cut out now. So this is the back panel, right? So now let's go. This is for the cutting stage. So we are done with the cutting. So I will cut the lining. The lining cutting will be equal in width. For the regular one, the length of the lining will be shortened by 2 inches at the down part of the lining. This lining will be used to turn up this outfit inwards this way. That you must make sure you use a suit lining or cotton lining for your male customers. It's advisable to use the cotton lining so that it will give them that feeling that they are having a nice fit material. Then for the front panel, if you know your customer have paid very well, you are allowed to gum in this direction. You gum this edge this way, like 3 inches at the neck region to the bottom area, gum it all through downwards so that it gives this edge a thick feeling and a thick finishing. So if you are going to gum in this form all through on both panels, the inside and this other area as well. That's the 2 wrong sides for the front panel. The back doesn't need any gumming at all, right? After that, you now cut your lining the same width of the front and the same width of the back, but then 2 inches shorter in length. This will be used to turn up the length downwards here. So that's for the cutting aspect. The next video you will see now will be on video on how to couple, and then I will also throw more light on that. Thank you for watching.